I'm Chris Berman. Got a lot of games to cover. Let's get at it. In our first game this week, we had the Jets win this one to the tune of 13 points. In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the Lions win their fourth game of the year. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. Roosevelt Colvin is probably the one that most leaps out at you. A broken elbow is the culprit. He's out for the rest of the regular season. There's a chance, however, they'll get him back for the playoffs. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own MASH unit. Marcus Robinson sticks out on this list as one of the more costly injuries. A hairline fracture of the arm is the initial report, and the doctors are saying he'll be out for the rest of the regular season. There's a chance, however, they'll get him back for the playoffs. On to the serious news of the week. Terrence Newman will miss the remainder of the season. So now that secondary is going to have to really come together if they're going to make up for his absence. Now we'll move on to our top story of the day. Randy Moss is going to find himself in street clothes for the time being, and that'll be a major blow to this club. So that'll do it for now. Boomer, back to you.
The Panthers won this contest and will now move to second place in the NFC South. Cowboys, Ravens. Place. Willie Blade would snuff out a drive on this one. It's a fumble. There he is for the recovery. The Ravens win this one by the final score of 10-0. The Bengals drop yet another game and are really struggling on and off the field. Amon Green ate up over 100 yards on the ground and helped his Packers beat the Texans. Deep in Cajun country in New Orleans, we had the Saints fall by 10 points. Patriots, Chiefs. Saints fall by... Tronard Hartz would come up with the big play to kill a drive as he was able to step in front of a wayward pass for an INT. The Patriots go on to win this by the final score of 34-0. Over at Lincoln Financial Field, we had the Eagles come away with a decisive 10-point win. The Giants defense held their opponents to under 50 rushing yards in their win at Giants Stadium. The Bills won at home, but will take to the road next week to meet the Seahawks. Chargers, Raiders. Philip Buchanan would come up with a huge play here as he was able to pick one off here, then had some clear sailing in front of him. The Raiders win this one by the final score of 26-7. The Bears lost this one, but will stay at number 1 in the NFC North. Mike played well despite the loss and showed us why he's ranked up at the top of the league. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Titans pick up win number 7. Dolphins, Seahawks. Number 7. Marlon Greenwood was in the right place at the right time, as his interception was a possible momentum shifter. The Dolphins go on to win this by the final score of 17-0. So that'll just about do it. But before we go, I'm going to toss out a few game balls to my prime-time players. Each and every one of these men had a week to remember. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.